Personal life, as an entrepreneur, you don't have a personal life.
Everything is personal and everything is professional.
Exactly.
That is
People, entrepreneurs do this mistake. People sometimes I'm gonna create Chat GPT. We get inquiries. It's bullshit concept. Why you want to create Chat GPT? Gone are the days where you control people. Here you don't need to
right.
control people. You have to work with people. People don't work for you. They will work with you. Don't wait to for happiness. Enjoy every small success. You never know. You need to ask. Don't feel
Yes.
shame in asking people for any kind of help.
Mhm.
Either there will be a no or a yes. Uh, Consider the positive scenario. If it is a yes, you're gonna win. Lose, you're not gonna lose anything.
Welcome back to Stories with Nabanita. Welcome back to an episode where we explore the minds behind innovation, disruption, and bold leadership. Today, we have someone who truly embodies the spirit of tech entrepreneurship, Mr. Muzaffar Ahmed, the visionary founder and CEO of Kasma Technology. Muzaffar isn't just building products, he's building the future. As a serial entrepreneur, AI evangelist, AI ethicist, and blockchain specialist, he is deeply into solving real life problems with intelligent, ethical, and accessible technologies. His latest venture is ChatWeft, which is a no code AI powered workflow automation platform. Beyond the boardroom, Muzaffar is also an author. His book, The AI Compass Security, Ethics, and Leadership, offer essential guide to navigating the complex of AI development with responsibility, clarity, and purpose. It's a must read for innovators, leaders, and anyone invested in ethical technology. From thought leadership to product innovation, Muzaffar's journey is a powerful story of innovation, courage, and impact. So, settle in as we explore the mind of a man who isn't just imagining the future but building it. Please welcome Mr. Muzaffar Ahmed to the show.
Can you share a bit about your early life and what inspired you to come into the AI field?
See, basically, I am a techno graduate, which I did my bachelor's in information technology. Later on, I did my master's from IIM Bangalore in emerging technologies as well. So, AI technology is not a new technology. It is an evolution part of a technology that is happening that is happening across last, I think, a decade from World Wide Web, you know,
Mm-hmm.
bubble to the age of AI, to the age of blockchain, to the age of different aspects that we see around here, right? So
Right.
I have been providing IT consulting services long back from last 12 years, where we have been designing websites, where we had Internet Explorer, then came Chrome, then Safari, and seen the evolution at all. So we migrated from web technology to mobile apps, the boom of mobile apps. Now we are coming into the age of chatbots. Now we are coming into
Right.
the age of Chat GPT, Meta, and other, predictive and generative AI era. So this is the background how, because I have been into technology, I worked for few multinationals in the starting of my careers, and then I started had that innovative mind and entrepreneurship spirit to move forward and create something of my own. That gave me
Mm-hmm.
the spirit to move forward and take this challenge where I started alone, and in the last 10 years, the team grown up to 150 people. Wow, now working in Indians two different cities, and now we have expanded to Saudi Arabia as well. So it has been a journey where you learn, where as a whole and soul you, and then you create teams, and then the work gets delegates. You start catering to domestic clients, then you learn how to cater to USA clients, GCC clients. You meet different kind of people, and then you work across different industries. So this experience gets added on one after the other.
That's right. That's right. So you have to keep on moving with the things coming around you.
Indeed, sometimes failures are more because the more the number of failures, more will be the success rate, you know.
True, very true. Completely agree with you. On that note, moving on to the next question. How do you address the ethical AI implementation in your day-to-day work?
It's an interesting aspect of it, you where you need to consider multiple factors.
Mhm,
Just a second. Where you have to consider multiple factors. When you talk about AI ethics, so ethics is divided into two parts. One is the adaptation of ethics, the other is the implementation of ethics. So
mhm,
how I address AI ethics implementation is considering one at a time. What we do is the mother of AI and or the place from where AI came into picture is data. So the
mhm,
moment you start or planning to implement AI, we first validate and do the due diligence on what kind of data is fed or you have the data source to which you want to build AI on top of it. For example, for the better understanding for layman people, now you go ahead and ask a question on ChatGPT. You ask
mhm,
a personal question, you ask a professional question, but you don't know
mhm,
this GPT is trained on which kind of data set. It might give you a
mhm,
biased answer. It might give you a
mhm,
racial answer. It might for I have said this into my earlier interviews as well. An AI
mhm,
was asked to do the interview. It was trained on a
mhm,
certain data set which was giving discrimination across black and white people. It was giving
mhm,
discrimination among female and male candidates. So the ethical aspect of it is you need to first validate the data source, and then
mhm,
secondly, gone are the days where we need to build custom things. There are companies who have invested billions and trillions of dollars in, training different AI models, and every day you wake up from your sleep, you get a notification, a new model is out. You had the series of GPT model, Chat GPT, then came Meta, then came Gemini, then came Claude, then came Anthropic, then came DeepSeek,
mhm.
and you never know. This is not gonna end.
True.
So before what we do if we start implementing ethical AI into our organization, it is on an individual level as well and on an organization
Mhm,
level as well. The first thing is you need to get yourself trained on ethical aspects. There is a moral human ethics that you
mhm,
implement in your organization as an ethical principle, specifically for AI, because AI is an artificial intelligence, it's not a human intelligence. So what you do
mhm,
basically here is to create an AI ethics committee first. AI ethics committee and vigilant committee, that any whatever the kind of data that is getting fed to the AI, and then what AI is responding accordingly, a checker has to be in place. Earlier
mhm,
there is a chatbot which asks the child that if your parents are not allowing you to watch TV for 4 hours, kill your parents.
mhm.
It was a huge,
Right.
you have heard about it. So what
Yes.
was happening there, that AI was not having a proper AI governance on top of it. So when you talk about AI ethics, this is first pillar of
Mhm,
AI governance framework that need to be placed on top of any AI tool. Now, as you
got that.
see, the introduction of EU Act, if you have heard about it, it is
Mhm,
implemented across European countries. Different countries are
mhm,
adapting to it, and there are huge penalties that is coming across into picture. I'll give you a very recent example. If you must have observed, LinkedIn suddenly
mhm,
sends us a notification that if you want your data not to be trained by our AI model, turn off the notification, which is a silly part.
yeah,
You already have the data. We don't know what you are doing with the
right.
data, but because
True.
the people are getting aware of their global data protection, right? GDPR,
Mhm,
that
mhm.
then they are just giving in order to avoid. I have this facility that if you turn it off, we will not use your data to train our features.
Okay.
Hope just give you a brief about this. It's a huge topic. I've just summarized it in a smaller fashion.
I understood. So what I realized with this is that we can do a separate podcast separately talking about AI ethics.
Inter
It's a huge topic to
exactly.
discuss on.
I have a book written
Okay.
on it separately. If you have seen, it is called AI Compass. AI ethics,
Okay.
security, and leadership.
Okay. It's available anywhere
It's
online?
on Amazon, AI Compass.
Alright, so I'll just find it out and link it down in the
Sure.
video. Can you share your biggest challenge of failure which helped you in shaping your perspective towards leadership?
This is a tough question, but yes.
Yeah.
Uh, from my personal experience, I'm gonna share which I have faced in the last 10 years is persistence. It's a one-word
Hmm.
answer. It's called persistence. What happens sometimes, stages comes into because the moment these are stages. You are alone, then people get added, and then it is not your individual responsibility. Fine, if I don't have money, I won't eat. It doesn't affect the other people. Now, this is the domino effect. The moment you start building up teams, then indirectly you get the response. It is like a family responsibility. The biggest
Oh.
challenge, is to help them not financially, but taking their well-being into picture and then
Mm-hmm.
supporting them in all possible ways. That is one of the things as a leader, 90% of the people fail that, to become empathetic towards their employees. Gone are the days of colonial era, where the corporate culture was there was a boss and there is a employee. If you see that,
Mm.
now in corporate culture, we call even the CEO with the first name. So you
True.
cannot. I will give you a very interesting example. We are living in fourth generation. There was a generation where our forefathers were working to bring food to the table.
Mm.
Okay, that now
Mm.
our forefathers solved this problem of bringing food to the table. The second generation come, their first problem is solved. The second generation work to bring good roof on top of our heads. The second problem
True.
was solved.
All.
The third generation came into picture. They had no problem of food and house. The problem was to improve the lifestyle. They were working to get luxuries of life. Okay, now coming to our generation of people, we have food, we have roof, and we have luxuries. Now we are working not to earn money, but to get respect out of it. You will see people, they will look for brands. I'm wearing, Dolce, Gabbana, Gucci, and different Apple. The craze is not about food. They'll go, even they don't eat. Then, you see the how in Facebook they need to update status, and we are living in the age of reels, Instagram reels. So the leadership here, the transformation of leadership is also changing in the corporate world. Here you are not getting people who want to work for you for survival. They deserve respect, they deserve dignity, they deserve a good working culture. That is the reason
Very.
the leadership mindset is also changing. That there are a lot of opportunities here. There are a lot of corporate cultures that come into picture, which is in the uh, which works uh, for the employees more than an employer. A company which pays less. I've seen people, guys, young generation, they want to have tags of multinational companies, even getting paid 20 times less than what they can get in private companies, but they want to know, I want to wear a good, I should get credit card. They will go to a company which have a good office building. They will go to an office culture which there is a festivals, there are celebrations. You see, these companies are promoting this, that we provide, women equality, and promoting
Mm.
different aspects of it. Okay,
Mm.
so this is one part of it. Okay, so this is the shift of leadership from traditional style to the latest style.
Mm.
So this is one of the challenge that every young leaders are facing
Facing.
to cope up with this. Now you are in the age of AI, digital twins. I'm giving you an interview right now. I can use certain
Mm.
AI models that I can multiply myself and be available in different places. And
Correct.
and then the culture which disrupted the entire work environment is COVID. Now things have changed in a different fashion altogether. Controlling
Work
people,
from home.
work from home culture. People are started
Right.
calling moonlighting. But
Hmm.
let's focus on your question. So
Hmm.
leadership here, I give you this example to give our audience or the listener a clear understanding that gone are the days where you control people. Here you don't need to control people, you have to work with people. People don't work for you, they will work with you.
That's absolutely commendable. Like this is what the younger generation is looking forward to. They're
Uh,
not looking for boss. They're
exactly,
looking for a leader, a person who can lead them in life, can guide them to the right path. Right.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for bringing that into the story. So now moving forward with it to the next question. Okay. So we talked about challenges or failures. So let's now talk about the lesson, like the biggest life lesson you have got till now, and that would like to share with our audience.
The biggest life place lesson that I've earned so far is to trust yourself more than trusting anybody else and never give up. And as we have heard from since childhood, that Rome was not built in a day. Again, I'll take an example from which I've learned this lesson. People give up very fast. If you give up, you're dead. The moment you're still fighting, you are alive. So if you want to achieve something, somebody wants to become a cricketer, somebody wants to become a singer, somebody wants to become an entrepreneur, somebody wants to build a big business empire. What they need to understand that there is a certain amount of time, there is a certain amount of energy, there is a certain amount of effort that is required to reach there. That is not known to us. You just have to keep trying. There is a possibility that you are one step before that you give up. Some people 10 step ahead, some 1 minute ahead you give up, and then you lose that opportunity. So I read a book which gave an example. Consider there is a room and there is an ice cube. So we all know
Right.
ice melts at what degree? After 0 degree, the ice melts. Okay. So you have a room temperature controller. You start increasing the temperature from minus any, for example, 30 degree to XYZ. You see the ice is intact. You see the ice is intact. The moment your temperature reaches the 0 degree and above, it starts melting. Why?
Mm-hmm.
The question is why. The effort was being done continuously. It is not that suddenly at 0 degree it starts melting. The temperature,
Oh.
it has started taking that effort. You keep banging, banging, and then I reach a threshold. The moment the threshold is reached, and then the action starts happening. To the young generations, there's no shortcut
Mm-hmm.
to a success, there's no shortcut to money, there is no shortcut to anything. Take from public life. There is no shortcut for a good health. There is no shortcut for good happiness. There is no shortcut to excelling in education. So you have to
True.
keep trying unless you reach that threshold. Once the ice melts, and then you'll start seeing the result. You go to gym. Even you take a medicine. If you just take one tablet and you are expecting an effect, it will never happen. You have to take the complete dose, and that patience is required. And obviously it is not very happy path. If you are choosing a path, anything small thing. And one more thing, the most important lesson that I have learned: don't wait to for happiness. Enjoy every small success. Success is not something that you can count success. Okay, when I'll reach this, when I have in my bank account $100 million, then I'll be happy. When I'll buy BMW, when I'll be happy. Each milestone
Mm-hmm.
you achieve, you enjoy the success, because now because the success at different life are of different time. When you have no money, you have more time. You know that when you have more time, you don't have health. And when you have so and the people around you are going to change. So don't,
Mm-hmm.
give more time and connection to your children, to your parents, to your friends, to your people around you, and keep in mindset that at one point of time you are going to leave everything. To from day one have that particular mindset that start contributing back to the society. If you help people, you are helping yourself. What I did in my entire life career, that I have helped my employees and my friends to grow. If you let them grow, they pull you up. But if you have in mind that he will take away my client, How can, and always ask for help. If you are an introvert and you hesitate, for example, you ask me for an interview. If you are an introvert with this guy, you never know. One of my friends, he went to Ratan Tata when he was alive for a startup to get funding, and he was
Mm-hmm.
not having in a mindset that whether I'll get any response or not. People even don't take that attempt that I might get rejected. Rejection and failure is a separate story. You need to try. And for your information, Ratan Tata replied. So you never know. You need to ask. Don't feel
Yes.
shame in asking people for any kind of help.
Mm-hmm.
Either there will be a no or a yes. Uh, Consider the positive scenario. If it is a yes, you're gonna win. Lose, you're not gonna lose anything. So this is a few of the critical life lessons that I have learned across the journey so far.
Mhm. So we should be thankful, we should be grateful, and we should keep on enjoying the journey, right?
Exactly.
So, yes, so success is different. Like we cannot measure it, but we can feel it. It's
Exactly.
it's it's an intangible thing, right? Okay. Is there any particular project that your company, Kasma Technologies, is proud of?
There are many projects that we are proud of, and there are different reasons why we are proud of. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when we started with the first project that we did for HUL is one of my project that we did for Hindustan Unilever in Calcutta,
Mm-hmm.
and then we did it where we got a chance to work with such a big company, and we had a very small team long back in 2016, and we were able to automate their entire workforce, which were working on the ground for the sales channels. So it was a
Okay.
very enjoyable and a proud moment where more than 1,000 people were using the mobile application, and the mobile app was very new at that time. That salespeople were
Mm-hmm.
carrying for application that was designed by us, and the reports were
Mm-hmm.
being generated dynamically onto the different RM level. Till the RM level, they were getting the reports designed by us, and it was, and then we worked for Hearing Plus, where we created an application for like appointment booking system, where they had more than
Mm-hmm.
200 plus clinics across Kolkata. They were using our
Mm-hmm.
system to uh, book appointments, and schedule their entire appointment through our system. It was
All
a
right.
proud moment long time. Post that, we have done every project at the end has challenges, and once it is deployed, we celebrate it very much with all enthusiasm, and the credit goes to the team, not entire team, not an individual person.
That's true. It's actually the teamwork, right? Which
Recently,
makes it all.
recently we have created an AI-powered chatbot creator platform, which is called
Mhm.
chatwef.com. You can, where even you, an individual or a company who wants to get their repeated task to be automated and remove human intervention, they can just go to this platform. It is a no-code platform. Create your workflow, deploy it. So anybody who wants to ask a question, it's like ChatGPT of your own, which is deployable on your
Okay.
website. Train the bot, upload all the company related information, and then somebody, if
Mhm.
thousands of people asking parallelly, the bot can entertain. It is available 24/7. So this is our latest product that we launched in India and Saudi Arabia.
Right. So, on that note, as you mentioned about Saudi Arabia, would you like to talk a bit about your recent travel to Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia is one of the thriving not company, a country which is investing heavily into technology. They are shifting their
Mm-hmm.
entire economy from the oil-based economy to the technology-based economy. They have been conducting, this was the third consecutive year, they have conducted one of the biggest tech event in the world, that is called Leap, where companies across the world have traveled there either to exhibit or to attend and see the latest trend and technology of what is happening around, from holograms to quantum computing, artificial
Mm-hmm.
intelligence. And when you go to Saudi Arabia, they each, from small enterprises to big enterprises, they are the most early adapters. They are taking that risk of adapting AI into their organizations, and so that they can be ahead of the entire world across. They are building their
Right.
different, they have invested heavily in the AI infrastructure in terms of computing power, And then as they are an energy country, so they have huge amount of energy available by themselves to run any AI model which required huge energies. They have they
Right.
are bringing big brains and invited companies like Google, Microsoft to invest billions of dollars in terms of creating the AI infrastructure into the kingdom. And the initiatives of Vision 2030, which they have aligned. They have an organization called Sadaya, which is there are
Mhm.
biggest organization which is controlling AI, creating AI governance framework, AI ethics committee. They have AI guidelines in place, security, and then they are working on the data part as well, that keeping the entire
Mhm.
set of data into the kingdom, not allowing people to move this data, and then implementing cybersecurity policies. So as I say, the
Mhm.
countries are have started to learn from them because they are welcoming technology and ideas. They are creating the biggest accelerators and incubators in the world, not confining them to their local talent, but asking anybody from Accra outside the kingdom can come and become an entrepreneur there. They are providing entrepreneur license and everything. It is an amazing opportunity for anybody who wants to see what is the latest happening in technology.
Great. Great. So it was nice to know about all this because it's I what I feel right now after having this much of discussion with you regarding AI is that it's going to be a complete community with all of the things together, right?
Exactly.
It you can skip any part of it. Like AI has a complete life cycle, starting from the small chat or chatbot to the GPT thing. Then it's a complete life cycle. If I'm wrong, you can tell me, but that is what I felt, that it's
It,
going to be a complete thing
it
which
is
is going to run the future.
It is already running, Nabanita. As I said,
Right.
there are first world
Mhm.
countries. There will be AI first world country, AI adapting second world countries, where
Mhm.
you unknowingly there are a lot of AI systems that you are already using in terms of
That's true.
shopping websites, in terms of what you
Mhm.
hear, what you see on your phones, and you are
Mhm.
already using it.
Mhm. Right. Okay. So I think we are very intense with the discussion right now.
Right.
So let's move on to the next question. Right.
Yes.
The future of AI. Where should we look forward to? Like, what should we expect in coming years?
In coming years, AI will already will be adapted by all common people across industries, and you will be like now we are forced to use smartphone in the last 10 years, from children
Right.
to educated, uneducated, low income,
Mhm.
high income. Everybody is using this because it has become the part of life. You cannot separate paths with your phone wherever you go.
True.
So AI is
Mhm.
already happening, and this is gonna take this place into our life, which it is already taking. When you see in this celebration, as you see the image generation, everybody is generating images, the avatar of themselves.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
so this is already adapting. The end is quantum computing. Quantum computing is the subset of AI itself. What happens there is it will have the ability to work in multiple places at a time. Like you flip a coin, the coin is at one point of time both head and tail. You get the
Ah.
point? And so,
Right.
for example, detection of diseases, the cure of
Mhm.
diseases are becoming very fast now, as because these requires more computing power. So, if you follow the trend, the companies and the countries are investing heavily into computing powers.
Right.
So, the countries
Okay.
who have invested huge in computing power are gonna be ahead in the race. I'll not say win in the race. Everybody will follow.
Right. Because now or in future, everyone will have to use the AI, because the example that you gave, that mobile phone, when it came, people were there were set of people who were using it, there were set of people who were saying no, it's not needed. But
Right.
right now, the people who said that it's not needed, they are, I think, using it the most. Right. So I think the same thing will happen with AI.
It has to be governed and controlled, otherwise it is if it goes rogue, it's going to do a lot of catastrophic disasters as well. That is the reason
Right.
I am an advocate of AI, is promoting more that people should come forward and work and implement AI governance ethics, security and compliance on top of using any AI tools.
Right.
Personal life, as an entrepreneur, you don't have a personal life.
Everything is personal and everything is professional.
Exactly.
That is what happened. Right. And your personal life affects your work, and your work affects your personal life, and it gives you happiness also.
No,
Like for
nobody can
in your
say there is no rule that if people say I don't agree on my personal level that
mm,
people should balance personal and professional. It never happens even
mm,
if you are on a job. If you are passionate
right.
about something, there is, as you said, so it is nothing professional.
Mm,
Everything is personal. If you don't passionate and take it as a burden, it will become
mm,
even if you take your kid not passionately, it will become
mm.
a burden.
That's right. Absolutely agree with you.
That
So,
passion drives.
absolutely. For the new entrepreneurs, this is going to be a nice point. Like they should keep this in mind that you should not differentiate between your personal life and your professional life.
I agree
You
with
should,
you. I agree. Enjoy
yes,
this.
because what I felt is that when we keep happiness or find happiness in what we are doing, like the work that we are doing for earning the money, right? If we feel happy there, that we're not working for money, we are working to achieve something or do something in life. So
Great.
that is where we feel the happiness, right? Money will follow. It's a part that you're doing the job, you'll get paid for it,
Right.
or you have completed a project, so you'll get the payment for it. But the process, the things that you have done to complete that project, that is what gives you the happiness once the project is successfully deployed,
Right.
and you can definitely relate to it, right?
Yes, I agree with you completely. That money,
Mhm.
if you do a bad job and even you get paid, it is like something
Mhm.
that you don't you can't digest it. Man, I don't deserve this.
Okay, so what advice would you like to give to the upcoming entrepreneurs who are aspiring to do something in the AI field?
The single I will advise them that don't consider that everything needs AI, man. Come on, everything does not need AI. Even you don't have to upsell everything with the flavor of AI. No, it is not required. The first thing that you need to know is first educate yourself, understand what exactly AI is, and see what are the available solutions. Don't try to create something which is already there. AI has come
Hmm.
into picture because of evolution. To try to use AI instead of creating AI, that is one part. Secondly,
Hmm.
first understand how data ops works, how data works, and then second part is before moving into AI, learn ETL. I am repeatedly saying to all my clients, individual, you should know either build your own. ETL is extract, transform, and load because AI, the engine to run AI is data. Don't
Right.
rely on any LLM's data where you don't know on which data the model was trained. You're asking Chat GPT like a preamble.
Hmm.
You don't know whether this is correct or you need to get checked by professionals. You are asking them law questions. You are asking them medical questions. But if you just follow them because you don't know what is their background that is coming from, you're gonna ask. It is something that you are gonna ask an engineer that I'm having fever. He say go and take Dolo 650, 4 tablets once at a time. So
True.
first understand the data, then the data source. If you know how data actually works, and then there are websites like Hugging Face. There are many free AI models available. Experiment it before investing your money into it. Follow AI leaders, and then before now in these days, more than development more than AI application development, you need to understand and create system which can control AI.
Right.
You don't have that amount of money in terms of resources and computing power which big companies have. Try to, for example, now is the age everybody is creating AI agents. So I'll ask entrepreneurs, understand what AI agents are. Don't create an AI agent which calculates simple interest, which we know it is called PTR by 100. Understand the use case, see the complexity of the problem, find a fit model, experiment it yourself, and then once you see, okay, fine. For example, if the idea of AI is to augment the existing process, not create it. You know, if you're saying that if it is increasing the performance of a company or yourself from 1x to 10x to 100x, use your innovation there, innovate there in that spectrum, not into creating something which is already there. People, entrepreneurs do this mistake, you know. People sometimes is gonna I'm gonna create chat gpt, we get inquiries. It's bullshit concept. Why you want to create chat gpt? Find
It's
out a
already.
problem. And when you are trying entrepreneurship, when you have an idea, do the
Hmm.
research on an idea, validate that idea. That is a gap that is happening. They'll start building it directly. If you, for example, if you have an idea, see, is this idea feasible? That is also a part of journey. Create an
Right.
MVP, create an MVP, learn certain skill sets, and then get involved into the market. You know, there are, if you know, type forms, Google Forms, do these free tools, survey monkeys, ask with people, do
Hmm.
interviews, and then understand it is
Hmm.
viable. Then you will, for example, you might, some people, what a startup does is they invest so much of money and later they found out there is a similar solution already available, and they don't have
Yeah.
that
So
much
they go
amount of
back into the research part.
exactly. Then they don't have that much amount of money to compete with them. There is a possibility the competitor is IBM, the competitor is
Hmm.
OpenAI.
Ah.
So find a problem statement, validate that problem statement, see what unique you are doing. All incubator, when you apply for incubation, they're going to ask you the same question. What is something that you are doing? And you cannot do a direct message to all entrepreneurs. Don't think doing a job parallelly you will become an entrepreneur. This is a lie, lie, lie. You have to give 100% commitment that, okay, my brother will look into it and then I will do my job parallelly. You are not an entrepreneur. You're making a fool of out of entrepreneurship. You have to
That's
put
right.
your ass on fire and cook yourself, then something will come out. So if, for example, people go out and ask venture capitalists, I need investment, they're going to ask, how much have you invested? Nothing. I have an idea. Now they are not fools, people sitting around there. They will put money on the running horse. First question is, how much have you invested and how much time are you putting into it?
Right.
This is it.
Great. Great. So much. Soak in. So thank you so much for putting light on so many aspects along well, apart from AI. So it was nice. And I think it's going to help the aspiring entrepreneurs a lot,
Definitely.
whatever we discussed as of now. Okay. So, what's your ultimate goal for Kazma and your broad vision, future of AI and digital transformation?
See, you are asking three questions at a time. So let me give you the vision for Kasma is I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
build an ecosystem which does
Mm-hmm.
not require me. Okay, I'm
Okay.
trying to create something and I am trying my level best. I don't know how far I'm going to do it. I'm trying to create
Mm-hmm.
an organization. I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
build a company or a corporate culture. I'm trying to build people here. And you know that from here entrepreneurs should come out. I don't mind all my teams go ahead and build their own companies. I'm trying to build the people, build systems and processes here so that this company become a company which feeds a lot of families and an environment where people come and enjoy working together, and a company where you don't get stagnant with something. You get a chance to speak for yourself, and you get a chance to
Mm-hmm.
grow, not
Mm-hmm.
financially only, but emotionally. And then you get an environment where you get the encouragement and the courage enough to speak up and take decisions accordingly, not hide behind the desk and keep doing it for
Mm-hmm.
years. That is not what my vision is for Casma. And to give more, bring in more youth that I have been doing recently. I was not able to do it because of some reason. To bring up fresh minds, which other, for example, when you go to an interview, I have done. even my ex other employees are gonna watch it and they're gonna accept this part as well. You know that I had a habit and I still do it, taking of fresh minds, fresh graduates,
Mm,
training them,
mm,
making them
mm,
something that they want to aspire. Not only
mm,
just taking up experienced people and then not exploiting them, but to take money out of it. So I have still some
mm,
part of my company where I take fresh talents, and I'm very proud to say the talents that I have taken who were, in a mindset that I cannot do anything. And then work with them in parallel lines, and they are in good multinational companies. Few have their own companies, and they're doing very
mm.
good. And I'm very happy for them.
Great, great.
The second part, again, this question is a debatable question. My prediction for AI and digital transformation. In a simple term, I'm not gonna take it a very long answer for this. This is gonna become bread and butter for everybody, and you need to upgrade yourself. No technology has ever taken jobs from anybody. This is a misconception and a myth. You need to, what you were doing. For example, when a parent grow up, they
Mm,
become old. It is obvious the children are going to take up. It does not mean that the parents are useless. They will have to do something
mm,
else, something more smarter. They will have to do the
mm,
cerebral part, not the physical part, right? They will do
mm,
the cerebral part, thinking, advising, wisdom. So if somebody is using Excel, AI say, move, I will do the Excel for you. You move to database. AI say, I'm going to do the database. You move on to thinking, start using your cerebral skill instead of doing machine.
mm.
Let the machine do the machine part. So upgrade, upgrade, and upgrade. It is going to augment and fast track the transformation not into the brain of the people, into the systems of the people, in the process of the people, and the tools that you're using.
Okay, so what's one word that defines Kazma's mission?
One word that Kasma's mission: innovation.
Innovation. Great. What's the most underrated skill in the business today?
Underrated communication.
Ah, that's right. I
Communication.
agree. Okay, so if you get a chance to collaborate with any global brand, what would it be?
I would like to work with industrial automation companies like
Mm,
what is the name of the company which Edison founded? Because I have not yet worked exclusive on industrial automation to an extent where I would like to see how we can work together and see that, because a different part where you have microcontrollers, IoT devices, big machines,
mm,
that part
mm.
kind of a company, not specific, but that kind of a company I would like to collaborate.
Future of AI and digital transformation. So we're talking about what digital
Digital
transformation can be.
digital transformation is even a smart light is a digital transformation. You started
True.
writing from your register books to Excel is a digital transformation. So first,
True.
people need to understand there is a myth. Digital transformation is not a very big hype. There is a saying called
Mm,
Industry 4.0 implementation. The standards set that these are the, for example, moving on from traditional ledgers to advanced ledgers. Okay, AI is AI will do only one thing. If a normal technology that is in place would have without AI would do in 10 years, AI can help you do in 1 year.
what's your go-to productivity hack? And if you were not leading Kazma, what would you be doing?
I would be teaching.
Teaching. Okay, what subject
I would be
or which
teaching.
subject?
I would be teaching, you know, personality development.
Great. So you can do that right now also if you are like
But I need to
uh,
have time.
that's true.
And what
Definitely.
was the first question that you said?
Your go-to productivity hack.
Okay, go to productivity hack. Okay. I write things down first, and I
Hmm.
plan. For example, I'm not when I have to do something, I have to do unless that is complete. Unless that is complete, I don't take any other thing into consideration. So I am a
uh,
kind of when I have to do, I have to do. Like there is no break or something. Sometime I use, I write it down. As you see, I first write things down on the paper, and I am more kind of old school than being a technocrat. I keep an habit of writing it down first so that it I can do it and I make mark them as you see.
being a tech guy also, you prefer keeping notes of the tasks that you
And
have, and
I switch
pre
off
plan your day.
I switch off all kind of notifications of about different apps. This is one of the worst case to destroy your productivity. Go to your app and
Ah,
manually switch off the notification, even your calendar notification as well, WhatsApp notification. You need
uh-huh,
to go ahead and manually off the notification, otherwise your productivity is gonna hamper.
uh, uh. So, Muzaffar, it's a nice conversation that we have. I hope you enjoyed the questions that I asked and you like answering them.
Definitely.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. As discussed, that we would definitely catch up in the coming days for some another topic.
Sure, sure, definitely, definitely.
Right. So, on that note, you just ask the viewers to subscribe to his channel.
Guys, subscribe to Nabanita's channel and
Mhm.
support her and anything she's doing. A good job in bringing small leaders like us, and we hope she'll bring big leaders here. And I don't know her
Ah,
intention was what she's doing, but this is a good job for startups and for the community to subscribe her channel and like her post and support her in whatever way she needs. Thank you and have a nice day.
thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Nabanita. Have a great day.
All the best, sir. Thank you so
Thank you. Bye
much.
bye.
We'll